Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, all members of the U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter Incorporated out there. And good morning to all of the families, members of the United States Constitution, and best of all, our President, Donald J. Trump, and J.D. Vance, our Vice President, and the first and second families. It's we the people, for the people, by the people, ladies and gentlemen, not just us. And right now, the state of our nation, and look at how critical it is in the city of New York. The infrastructure is failed. Look what the Democrats did to the city of New York. The borough of Queens is underwater, not just once, but repeatedly. This is a situation that needs to be rectified. The city of New York is under siege by a communist-backed Muslim regime who hates all of Christendom, who hates different ethnic groups. The Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, cars were floating. Is this modern-day America? Is this how the Democrats are using your money to build their mansions, as did the foot soldiers for Barack Hussein Obama, Black Lives Matter movement founder, Patrisse Cullors, Rosa Opal, and Newsom? Is this what the United States of America has come to be? We are under siege, ladies and gentlemen. New York City, the first capital of the United Colonies of America. America. In God we trust, this nation was founded under. One nation, under God. Invincible. And why I'm saying we are still invincible? Because we have the right to voice. We have a right to speak. And that is all thanks to the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Those are protected and vested rights under the U.S. Constitution. Do not let that disappear. Do not let that be taken away from you by a small group of people who think because they yell the loudest and create the loudest mayhem that they are the strongest, that they are the power. They are nothing. They are nothing but anti-American garbage who Barack Hussein Obama allowed in this country, who allowed the ones who were born here to run roughshod over you and every God-fearing American, every kind-hearted American, and every person who chooses to adapt to the American way. Do not, and I repeat again, do not let that be taken away from you. This is why on October 4th, we hope that they will grant the permits for the rally to be held in Columbus Park to kick off the beautiful sound of the American people. Just like the first shot was heard around the world. October 4th, if granted our assembly, we will speak out. We will show the force of unity amongst Americans. When I say United States of America, Americans, we are all flavors, all walks of life. And we will come and show the mayor of New York and his henchmen that is equivalent to Saladin when he took over the Holy City back in the Crusade days, which my family fought in. Prince Philip, a distant relative of mine, was part of the Crusades. And this is what they are making it today, ladies and gentlemen. They are turning this into a religious war. They are turning America against itself. Don't let that be. You see, in New Jersey, Mayor Philip left a city in havoc, hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, but he built a brand new house in Nantucket, got $1 million pieces of property on Ogden Avenue, and allied himself with who? Barack Hussein Obama and the Black Lives Matter Incorporated movement. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a message to you. Here's a Jewish individual who months before had 5 Hasidic business people slaughtered, and a detective for the Jersey City Police Department murdered by who? Black Lives Matter associates, who not only murdered these people, but had a plan to commit further mayhem because the van that they were transporting themselves in had numerous explosive devices. These devices only spell one thing: acts of domestic terrorism. And this is why Department of Homeland Security had declared Black Lives Matter Incorporated a domestic terrorist organization. The very organization that Barack Hussein Obama came out in the open and said he is their advisor, their consigliere. If anybody else would have done that, they would have been put on the watch list as a terrorist organizer. When you can have the founder of an organization who speaks out and wants to eliminate the white race, who wants to do mayhem, who wants to commit crimes against humanity, advised by a former president, what does that tell you? That Barack Hussein Obama is a treasonist. And anyone connected to him is a treasonist. His kids were ferrying information back and forth from Antifa to him. What does that make them? Accessories before and after the fact, and aiding and abetting terrorism on the shores of America. We, the people, for the people, must not stand for that. We need to bring Obama and these people down before they take and ruin what's left of the United States of America and the city of New York, Chicago, Minneapolis, St. Paul, SeaTac, Portland, Oregon. We need to put a stop to that today. And on October 4th, if we are granted that day to commemorate Christopher Columbus, the person who took the chance to circumnavigate the world, we need to pay respect to him, not defame him, not commit acts of COINTELPRO, which Barack Hussein Obama authorized to be committed to people in the Federal Bureau of Prisons, specifically targeted by them, by him, and by his rogue federal agents that were working undercover and who compromised other people and ethnic groups to act as rats for them, to scurry information for them, to create and disrupt these targeted individual groups by creating mayhem, condoning murder and violence by these organizations that was initiated by the advisement of Barack Hussein Obama through his subordinates, which he is liable financially, which he is liable under UN treaty laws, Articles 2 through 9. And that can be seen in Caddick versus Karasnik, 70 Fed 3rd, 232, Second Circuit, 1995, which clears the way and sets the tone for the application and the civil lawsuits against Barack Hussein Obama and his subordinates, Eric Holder, Loretta Lynch, Valerie Caproni, James Comey, Michael Chertoff, and others who suborned such acts and actions in unison and concert with one another and covered up for these rogue agents, as they did with Special Agent Conley, Special Agent Grancio, Special Agent Del Vecchio of the FBI, who overseen top echelon informants ran by Valerie Caproni, the very judge that was anointed and put in office, who? By Barack Hussein Obama, who prosecuted Kevin Rizzoli for filing a FOIA complaint that would expose his use of COINTELPRO and Project M in the Federal Bureau of Prisons on Italian Americans, Sicilian Americans, and Italian citizens in the United States of America and abroad. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, so come out and support the United States Constitution. Come out and support the United States Constitution Protects All Lives Matter Incorporated, a privately funded organization started by me in 2017 to combat the attacks on the United States Constitution, to combat the attacks on your civil rights by a targeted organization named Black Lives Matter Movement Incorporated, by rogue federal agents, both FBI, Federal Bureau of Prison, and state and other federal agencies who worked in unison and concert under the directions of Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden. They need to be brought down and they need to be dealt with pursuant to Title 18 and more so UN treaty laws. This way there is no room for talk about political influence. They subjected Saddam Hussein to it for genocide. Well, what did Barack Hussein Obama or Biden do to the United States people? The very same parallel actions to the Italian American community. And it shows when he removed Columbus Day of his hatred for the Italian Americans, his hatred for people who refuse to submit to his wants and will. These very same people under Obama want you to submit to becoming Islam. They want you to throw away and trash your religious beliefs in Christianity. This is why you have the likes of Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Cory Booker, Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, and others like Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi. They want you to believe, and they went into and got in their jobs with that femininity, and they preyed on people because they used their femininity to get in position to take over the government of the United States and remove the United States Constitution's vested rights that was afforded to everybody, that was enacted and fought for and gave their lives for. With that first shot heard around the world when the four founding forefathers in 1776 enacted the United States Constitution. That very document today still stands strong, still is praised by other nations throughout the world, and they try to imitate it, but they can't. Again, ladies and gentlemen, pray that we are allowed to assemble lawfully in Columbus Park, located on Mulberry and Ward Street, October 4th, in New York City, in the backdrops of the federal courthouse, one of the very federal courthouses who are under attack and who are attacking your civil rights by issuing rulings to try to rewrite the United States Constitution under the advisement of Barack Hussein Obama and others. This is not a lie, and it will be proven on October 4th with case law, Rizzoli versus Black Lives Matter, Barack Hussein Obama, and known and unknown financiers et al. That was covered up in 2023 by Laura Swain, a judge appointed by who? Barack Hussein Obama. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we have another ruling that was just handed down that's under appeal. Rizzoli versus TQL Logistics et al. 25 CV 6307, Second Circuit, 26-1868, which issue rulings conflicting with Title 5, 552A G1C G4, E5, 49 CFR 14501C12, and the most recent rulings by the United States Supreme Court in regards to a CDL driver who doesn't speak a word of English nor understand the individual English literature or language. In other words, cannot understand writing in the English language, which carries the retroactivity effect that was signed into bill by Donald J. Trump, our President of the United States of America. Since such judges willfully and knowingly violate congressional language that is explicitly and implicitly drafted governing Article 3 court appointments, these judges must be impeached. A letter and evidence in this case was put into the docket sheet and was sent to, now, may he rest in peace, Lindsey Graham, requesting a committee be impaneled to impeach some of these judges that are trying to rewrite the United States Constitution and rewrite laws that only Congress can do, Senate and the President. This is why we have the Separation of Powers Act. So again, ladies and gentlemen, come out and support. And you don't have to wait till October 4th. Voice your opinion on Facebook. Voice your opinion on Instagram. Voice your opinion by writing to your Senate, Congress, and the President of the United States, because Donald Trump listens. J.D. Vance listens. The Attorney General listens. This is why Barack Hussein Obama and his rogue agents will be brought to answer for the crimes against the Italian-American community, the Roman Catholic Church, Christendom, and the rest of the world for their mayhem that they created and fostered. Thank you very much. God bless you. And remember one thing. In God we trust. We the people, for the people, by the people. The United States Constitution protects all lives matter. Incorporated is there. God bless you. And may your children and their children promulgate the church as and pursuant to the laws of God, not the laws of Barack Hussein Obama, who intends to take those rights away from you, as did Hitler when he had Auschwitz made and employed Dr. Mengele, a.k.a. modern-day name Dr. Fauci. God bless you.